Right. Beard's looking a bit puffy. Gonna trim that. How you going? Hang on. There you go. Man. I tell you what, this reveal at Comic-Con has stirred up a lot. Good though. How you going, everyone that's in the chat? Who we got in here? Your boy Mirage, Terrace, Zan, Nick, DJ. MK1 is the Sausage Fest. Yeah, I want more ladies in the game. I don't care if there's more ladies. Right? I'm not against that. As I've said, I'm a massive fan of Dead or Alive. Right? So, I want to, is this going to show up? There we go. Yeah. So, this is, I found this dude the other day because obviously, like, people have been talking about a lot of this on X. You can't call it Twitter anymore. X, right? And this is Black Sage D. Seems pretty cool. He goes, there's a lot of sentiment within the pro-black community that seems to think that any form of representation is a win for them, and if you criticize it in any fashion, they take it personally as an attack on them. This is pathetic and sad behavior, and this needs to stop. The black community has far more important things to worry about than the botched character design of a well-known video game character. 100% agree. I've been against like NRS female design for a while now because they're an American company doing what every other American company is doing when it comes to females, right? Every male is made handsome, Chad, square-jawed, you know. But the females actually suffer. Maybe from the neck down, they don't. But from the neck up, like, horrific. Okay? And what I'm noticing too is that, like, you know, you get people who, because Vera Dark's covered this, there's probably others that have covered this, but, you know, we're attacking the character design, okay? I've already done... Got another video coming. I've already done videos showcasing who the real life models are. Although I think I got the model wrong. Next video I've got to do, I've got the model, right? I think the model's name's Sydney Cross. The other one that I showcased, she's, I think, the voice actor, maybe? Right? And they look nothing like their in-game character. And this isn't like, I mean, as a Mortal Kombat fan, I really notice these things. But this is a Western gaming thing. They take women, right? And they make them ugly as shit. Every time. 100% ugly, right? Japanese don't do it. Japanese have featured black characters in their games for God knows how long. and they look amazing. So what's the excuse? There is no excuse. And this dude nails it. We're criticizing the design. Some of the people on X, some of the black community on X immediately attack the people. They attack how I look. They attack how Vera looks, right? Tanya looks like handsome Squidward. Yeah, right? Now, I don't care. Like, I don't care whether you like the design or not. It's up to you. But this instant defense of, oh, well, they're black, so they must be oppressed. Therefore, how dare you say anything? Like, A, it's a fictional character in a fictional universe. In a fictional realm, might I add, right? Secondly, okay, I'm criticizing all the designs of the women. Okay, it's a fighting game. It's a fantasy game. Okay, no one is going to want to run around as a big fat slob in a fighting game or a video game in general. I know they made Bob, but let's be honest, right? Right. Now, you were trying to sell a product. Yes? You're trying to make it appealing. Now, what's funny though, this is what I don't understand. This is a hilarious part, right? The black women that actually have a profile picture in their ex bio, right, are not ugly. They're attractive. This is the weird part. I saw someone's comment, these people's comments go, oh, well, you should post pictures of your mothers. It's like, hang on a sec, why do you want to see a picture of my mother? What's wrong with you? What has that got to do with anything? My mother? What? You know, you get a lot of virtue signaling, right? You really do. This is the problem. You know? I'm trying to find it. Oh, and what is it? What the... What is up with this, like, talking crap? Oh, this character eats. I know what it means. It just sounds stupid. Oh, this character's eating good. Shut up. Talk like a normal effing human being. Or you got all these women and all, I think they gay dudes who go, oh my god, I'm crying. She's so beautiful. No, you're not. Are you seriously crying? Are you really crying? Like, I can get touched with my feminine side, but I ain't like crying. So, listen, look at this, right? Right? This is what I talk about virtue signaling, right? This chick here, Xanos. Isn't that? Oh, that's Xanax. Anyway, right? The entire time I've existed, 80% of the time black women are called masculine and ugly by people with zero melanination. Again, attacking people. I have shown, there are black people on here who are complaining about the design as well, but they won't point them out. Okay? And no offense, right? Some of us are old enough, like older than 3. I remember growing up watching, and I still watch, 80s, 90s, 2000s, TV shows, movies. You know what they had in them? Apart from white people, they had all races. But you know what they had? They had attractive black people. Attractive, right? They didn't turn them into a half-shaved lesbian. And this is the ironic part, right? This is what they... Like, they are literally stereotyping every effing black person in a game now, and a movie and a TV show. As soon as you see some short-haired shaved chick, right, that's black in a show, you're just waiting for that elder drop. Not the loser one, the other one, right? Face it, you're old, new age gamers. New doesn't make it better, dude. Right? That's like saying like Justin Bieber must be the greatest artist of all time because he sold the most. No, dude, it doesn't work like that. Right? So these people attack people. We're attacking the design of the character, and this isn't just a Tanya issue. Okay, this is an NRS and Western developer issue with women in general. But funnily enough, some of the community over on X decide to ignore that fact. They sit there and they go, oh, look at this white piece of garbage talking about black women. We're not talking about black women. We're talking about the fictional character in a video game. Are you slow? Are the two brain cells rattling around on your cranium just not bumping together today? Right? We're not talking about the actual real life people, because as I have proven, the real life models are actually attractive. Right? They're actually attractive. But they keep doing this in Western games. Right? They keep uglifying women in Western games. They don't do it in Japanese games. You know, Harada must be looking at Mortal Kombat 1 right now and giggling his mofo ass off, right? It's hilarious. And this instant defense. Oh, white person saying something about a black woman. No, we're saying something about a fictional character. And it's not just that. Now that we've seen Katana with her mask off, she actually looks worse. Right? Face model for Tanya looks great. She does. Right? I want to see some Aliyah. Remember Aliyah? I don't know how old you guys are. Remember Aliyah, the singer that she died? What was it? Died in a plane crash? Dude. Hang on, I'll show you, right? Hang on, let me find I'll find a picture. Hang on. Right? Short. You know. Black Twitter like, oh, you know, we'll just take any scraps. What the hell's wrong with you? Right? I'm trying to, because the first time I heard of a liar, I think it's Aliyah, was in Romeo Must Die. Right? Trying to find a sexy one. Or Rihanna. You know what I mean? They're stereotyping black women as being angry and ugly. Yeah, they're doing it every time. Like, every time. Right? That one's... Hang on. Well, they cut half her head off. Hang on. What are they doing? That's her. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Right. Apparently Tanya was whitewashed in MK10. Was she? Yeah, so this is a liar. Right. Taken too soon. Was with Jet Li in Romeo Must Die. Great martial art film, by the way. Bit too much wire work, but you know, great movie. Awesome cast. Jeez, so good. I think it was our first introduction to Anthony Anderson as well. Anyway. And it's not just the only, like, again, like going back to the 80s and 90s, they've always had black actresses. And black dudes, right? But black actresses, right? Very attractive. Now, we have the technology, boys and girls, to be able to accurately one-to-one put these models in the game. Right? DJ says, I think Tanya and MKX looks plastic. They all look plastic. That's just not a Tanya thing. That's an everyone thing in MKX. They all look like plastic. It was terrible. I like the idea of them getting like sweat and stuff, but yeah. Molina gonna eat Tanya's That's what I mean, dude. Like this is the problem too, is that Western developers have listened to Twitter, and because they have ESG, which is that rating system that companies, if they adhere to, they get tax breaks and money, right? So they're not actually doing it out of the goodness of their heart. They're doing this inclusivity stuff because it makes them money. Why do you think the black lesbian trope is such a thing? Because they get to tick a couple of boxes in one. It's disgusting. Yeah, I miss Elia too, man. Got beautiful voice. Amazing voice. Right? So what we have on Twitter, right? What we have on Twitter is a bunch of women who are actually attractive. Right? I don't know if I can show. Like this chick here. Oh, the things I want to say. Right? This chick is attractive. What's the problem? Oh, that's right. Because see, man, I tell you what. Although, funnily enough, it's always the chicks that are like showing it some ass though, and it's always the same one. Everyone's a queen. Everyone's attractive. No, they're not. They're just not. This doesn't work like that, right? More like mow a lawn, yeah, I know. Right? So all of these women complaining. Right, look at this. Very weird to see a white woman call a character with incredibly beautiful, culturally accurate features looking like crap. No, it's not. Oh, gee, what a shock. Oh, another chick just showing all the shit on the internet. What a shock. White women really are the worst virtue signals. I'll give them that. They are the worst. Right. Pumping up that ESG score and everyone's going to go blue and purple head thingies. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Street Fighter 6, what? Kimberly? Right? I'm not really into the more masculine chicks in that game, though. Right? They're a little bit, you know. But this is the thing, man, right? Like, these people complaining are actually attractive, right? The other ones that are complaining are gay men. How dare you say something against our beautiful black queen? Why do you care? You're not poking it. Literally not made for you, bro. Right? Then you got this. Somebody modded what's their name? Manon and Kimberly, before and after, right? Now the Manon one, I think it's Manon, on the right, looks better because she's made to look more feminine. The Kimberly one hasn't really. They made the lips smaller, but I actually think that makes it worse. Right? right? Like, I don't mind the before for Kimberly. Like, she's fine. She's a bloody kid anyway. Like, you know. So, you know. So yeah, so the people complaining, so yeah, this is what he says here. He goes, feminism is literally the ideology of uneffable women who've long since given up any hope of finding a man. Yeah, it's true. It's 100% true. Yep. Jackie Briggs was kind of hot. No, she wasn't. Not a single female in MK11 was attractive. I'm sorry, none of them. No. And it first started with Scarlet. That's the funny part, right? I don't remember these black folk on Twitter complaining about, you know, people talking about, including myself, how bad, you know, when we first saw Scarlet. Not a peep. See, at least I'm consistent. I will complain about all of it. Alright? I'm not going to just cherry pick. You know, and the fact that, like, people are being called racist because they're talking about how a character's design has obviously been made to look fugly. Right? Like fugly. Like the ugly tree fell on them. And then the ugly mountain collapsed on top. Like, it's on purpose for a reason. They're doing it for a reason, and it's not for representation. They're doing it because they get more of this. Right? That's all. Oh, is Kimberly 23, is she? Oh, okay, alright. She looks like a kid, but, you know, like, I'm 45, man, so, you know, to me, that's still a kid, right? Cindel's my main character. Honestly, believe her else will mess her up even more. Yeah, she'll probably walk out looking like a grandma. Scar looked like Anita Sarkeesian, yeah. You know what I'm waiting for? I keep thinking this. I'm a terrible person, I know that. But I keep... You know what I'm waiting for? And this is probably going to sow the seed for some lunatic out there. What happens when, as a white guy, I beat up Tanya in-game? Does that make me a racist? Right? When is that one going to drop? Right? When, you know, if it, like, literally someone will do this, they'll be like, if you're a white person and you see that you're matched against Tanya, you just quit the match. You will not beat up women or black women in this game. You know some retard's going to do that. You know that, right? Some idiot is going to go out and they're going to be like, you know what? If you're a white male and you see a black woman character on the screen, you just quit the match. You don't lay a hand on that queen. You know it's coming, right? You know it's coming. I don't understand, right? These companies just keep doing this, you know. Police brutality coming up. Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude, if you do a striker cameo on Tanya, it's all over, right? They're gonna burn every city down. Your boy Mirage. I'm black and I'm still scratching my head on Tanya's redesign. Can you explain to me why people on Twitter were like asking to see our mothers? My mother's dead, so she ain't looking too good, right? But God rest her soul. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like what? Why do you want to see our mothers? What the hell's wrong with you? You know, they made Shiva look like black lesbian. No, I'll tell you who. I'm going to show you who Shiva looked like. LL Cool J. And I love LL Cool J. He's the greatest, right? But this, boys and girls, this is Shiva in MK11. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. It's a effing dead ringer. Tanya's hair makes me think of Medusa. It looks like a tarantula. Look, it wouldn't matter if it was look, if Sonya came out or Katana came out with that hairstyle, I'd be saying the same thing. It's not a race issue. It's a design issue. You know how many people that are defending Tanya probably going to play as her? None. They won't do it. All the women have looked manly. They started getting a little square jawed even in MK9. Even in MK9 they were getting a little bit like a loaf of bread, right? Here's my favorite. Here's one character I'm hoping will come back. Serena. That's all I want to come back. Well, yeah, like so the females in MK9 look great. But it also helps that they're like, you know, like, oh, you know, you can ask whatever you want, Friendship Daisies. I don't care, man. Or do that, whatever. It's all suspicious to me. Like, what specifically about her is ugly? About Tanya? She looks like this. She looks like the middle-aged black lesbian trope that they have done in every TV show, every movie, and every game for the last few years. They've been doing that, but when I first saw Lee May, I'm great that Lee May's back, but she looks plain as shit. Right? The design is completely different. You know? Like, completely different. And if you look at her real life model, looks nothing alike. Like, the actual, see, this is what I mean. Somebody said this the other day. They go, I don't understand how these, why these models haven't sued the gaming companies for, for misrepresentation in the game. Like, these face models, like are gorgeous, right? This is, hang on, let me, just so I can show you guys, hang on a sec. Don't want that one, don't want that one. I just wanna, I'm gonna show you I'll show you the model. Look, because at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, people have different likes, right? Like, you can like whatever you want. At the end of the day, that's fine, but But we are. This is the reason why it's bothering a lot of people. It's not because she's black, right? It's an established, well-liked character. Nothing wrong with her moveset. Her moveset looks really good, although I am curious about why they got rid of her tonfa. Right? I do like her tonfa, but a 3-section staff works well. That's fine. I don't mind that, actually. The rattan staff is a great choice, and it will work really well. It already looks like it's working really well, so that's fine. Yeah, this is the model, right? She looks different as hell in real life than what they do in game, and if they can accurately map Anthony Starr and John Cena in game to make them literally look like their real life counterpart, then why is it that the women never get the same respect? Tanya and Molina are a lesbian couple, I think. Yeah, that's just shipped crap. I'm not buying that crap. Look at this is. I don't know if I can show the booby part. This is the model. I don't think anyone's going to be kicking her out of bed anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? Right? But if she looked like the in-game Tanya, I just marry a tree. Right? So how is it that consistently across all Western developers, they are doing the same thing? They get these beautiful models, and then in-game they purposely age them and make them look ugly. They do it every time. Every time. They don't do it to the men, they do it to the women. Right? You got pathetic dudes on Twitter defending this stuff like they think they're going to get some, some whap. Right? Oh, I better defend the queens. Nah, Tanya looks like court jester. Right? Yeah, Terminator, Rambo, Robo. Yeah, they all look like themselves, yeah. MJ in the sequel for Spider-Man looks like a middle-aged woman. Actually, it looks like she's gone through menopause. Right. This is not Tanya. Look at this. Stunning. That's not Tanya. Right? So, and the funny part, like, this is the funny part, right? Like, they go, oh, so black people expect every single black person to be appealing. Right? They expect every black person to be appealing. Yeah, right? Don't worry, boys. We'll go back to the model and say, just hang on. Right? Now, I'm just waiting on so being Australian, right? And we have the Aboriginals here. I'm expecting some of this representation, Netherrealm, in the next game, please. Or you're racist. Okay, I expect some of this representation right here. Look at this beautiful, stunning and brave woman. Alright. Get out the tissue and lube, boys and girls. Right. Now, nothing against this woman, right? But I'm pretty sure, right? All of these virtue signaling pieces of shit, like Aru, and all these women on Twitter sitting there going, "Oh, you slay queen, you're so hot," and blah blah blah, right? Are they gonna say exactly the same thing? Are they? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's why it's hypocritical. There's nothing wrong with this woman. Like, she seems like a nice woman. For me personally, I'd probably chew my own arm off. But someone out there would probably find her attractive. But just because you find someone attractive and someone else doesn't mean to say that, like, it's this personal attack. Okay? People have preferences. There's a reason why people have preferences. It exists for that reason. It's not a race thing or anything like that. Okay? And let's be honest, right? Probably most of the women in Wakanda that they showed on screen, they have probably uglified them with makeup and everything versus how you actually see them in real life too. Right? They've done that on purpose. The state of the modern NRS community is a joke. I do not identify, not even close. Not even a little bit. I feel more akin to old school, like, Japanese fighting game type. Let's be honest. Sasquatch, the new guest character. Yeah, I know. Right? Yeah, Vera's getting a lot of hate. I'm a little jealous. It should be me. You know, because I'm bald, white, and male. I've got the whole trifecta. Right? I might as well just start my own, you know, World War II bad guys party. Right? That's how they see me. I don't give a shit though. What are they gonna do? Cry? Oh, you're a racist. Okay. Okay. I don't care. Say what you want. Doesn't bother me. Because I know I'm not. Right? Now... Look at this ridiculous shit, right? This is what I'm talking about. Hang on. This is what I'm talking about. Right? This dude is a 19-year-old gay man, I believe. I think. Okay. This chick here, I love that Tanya hate is exposing how society has always viewed black women. No. No. This is the weird part. These it's like Pride Month, right? 11 out of 12 months of the year, they don't give a shit about gay people. In that 1 month, they go, "Oh wow, we love you and adore you, and we're gonna we're gonna change our stuff, so that way we can show how much we adore you," right? And then when the month ends, they change it back, right? Now this chick. We are picked last and called masculine and aggressive and unprofessional. Well, every race has its problems, right? But this chick looks better than Tanya in game. What's wrong with her? Nothing. She looks great. I don't know why she's complaining. Right? This is not an attack on black women. This is an attack on shitty design that it's affecting all women in all games. Right? These now, I think one of these is the Tanya. Oh, sorry, the Jade model. Is that correct? Again? What happened? Can somebody explain it to me like I'm 5? What happened? That is not how they look in game. I hate this. Oh, Deception skin is gonna eat. Eat what? Twinkies? What? People talk so stupid. So Ed Boon did a COVID test, came back negative. Thank you, dude. It's the fucking flu, dude. Just give it a rest, man. Oh my god, Jade and Tanya's face models are besties, and they're attractive. Yeah. But as per usual, we're attacking game design. Poor game design, might I add. Right? Was Jade supposed to be Filipino? I thought Jade was more Mediterranean. You know, because of that real bronze Sicilian skin color. That's how I viewed her. Like, that sort of skin tone. Right? Yeah, I agree with Brusk on this one. Thank God they made NRS Reiko 100% look like traditional Reiko. This is a travesty. Look at this ridiculous stuff here. I pull apart. I pulled apart before the MK movie, 2021 movie, Till the Cows Come Home. Men and women, right? Although it's actually, I think it's mostly the dudes that are the problem, right? Although they made Molina black, which that makes no sense. It's nothing against Sissy Stringer, like she's an attractive woman, but Molina's not black. She's the twin sister of Katana, and in the MK2 movie, we know who Katana looks like. So therefore, hello. How can she be identical twin? Yep, Jade is Persian. Oh, yep. There you go. Yep. That's what I thought. Like that. Anyway, right. Yeah, I had a massive problem with the designs in the MK movie. But, where's the outrage? I didn't like Jax, not because he's black. I actually prefer Michael Jai White as Jax. So if anyone's seen the MK Legacy series, and the singular MK Rebirth, Michael Jai White played Jax. I thought he was the best. I thought he was the best Jax we've seen on the screen. The best. The best. Although, just as personal preference, if Mortal Kombat was made in the 80s, this would be my Jax preference. Look at this king. Right? What a dude. If you guys... I think I mentioned this last time in the stream. If you guys haven't seen American Ninja, go watch it. It's so good. And this is... Actor's name Steve James. He passed away many, many years ago, unfortunately. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I just love his work. He's so good, man. And he usually showed up in with Michael Dudikoff in different movies. Jerry Ryan as Sonya, yeah, amazing. She was actually amazing, right? So this would be my Jax preference. I actually said, can we get Steve James Jax skin? I'd love that. That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. Personally, it'd be really cool, right? But, you know. Now, I do agree. That, there's very little female representation in the current game, which is terrible. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too, because I've talked about this before, right? Because we got a brief showing of Darius, not enough though. I wanted to see more of him. We only got to see him do basically a throw, right? I've been wanting black characters to come back, right? Because some of them are awesome. We've pretty much just had Staple Jacks and now Tanya, right? But there are more characters like Kai and like Darius. But I have a bad feeling they're going to stick Kai and Darius in the background. But it seems like people out there they just want the crumbs. They don't care. Like, you know, as long as they show up, they don't care. No, I care. I want them playable, man. I want to use them. A modern day Kai with the special moves and stuff that he had from back in the day. It'd be amazing. Yeah, Virtuous Singling's terrible. You know. Right. And there's this one too. I think they're agreeing with Vera. Thanks to their wonked out changes, NRS has created far more racial tension in these 4 years than any hate group. I'm not tense with any race. Terry Crews is Jax. I love Terry. Terry's great. But I don't know, man. I'd have to see. I'd have to see. Right. So there's only 4 women in MK1 confirmed so far. That's terrible. That's pretty bad. George says NRS knows how to make pretty black women because in Cage Match they made Serena's sister pretty. Oh, there you go. That's a cartoon. Figure that one out. Yeah, Darius, yeah, but again, like, this is the problem with cameos, right? This is the problem with cameos. Is that you're going to get a favorite character back, but they're only going to be a cameo. Like, they're just a, you know, they're the what do they call it? The, what do you call it? Basically the backup, you know, like the reserve bench, right? Terry Crews is Darius. Yeah, although Darius, I gotta remember how did Darius sound? Like, was he all gruff? Did he joke around a bit? Because Terry Crews he's got great humor. He could easily do it. Natara's been teased. Jade is in the wind along with Ashra, so the other women are in the Shadow Realm. Yeah, they're all in the Shadow Realm. You know, doing shadowy stuff. Molina, Katana, Tanya, and Lee May. Yeah. Yeah, we're not counting cameos as female. Or anyone, really. Darius is totally Wesley. I was thinking Wesley Snipes, actually. Yeah, I think that'd be more in line. Yeah. A Kevin Hart skin for Jax. Mini Jax called Jix. I love Kevin though. He's funny as shit though, man. He's so good. Right. I hope Ashra looks good. No, man. Ashra's going to come out looking like a bashed up crab. You know that, right? I think the funny the horrible part about all of these people trying to fix issues that were never an issue, right, is that they end up becoming unintentionally racist and bigoted. Because then what they do is every time they make these characters, they actually stereotype them. Oh, Tanya's supposed to look like an African woman. She's a Denian, you clown. They don't have Africa in Edenia or Outworld. So technically speaking, trying to mimic them off any sort of African tribe or Wakanda doesn't make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense. It should be their own style. That's what I'm saying. They end up always going down the same road of pigeonholing these races and going, oh, look how wonderful we are. Look how wonderful we are. Fuck off. This game is starting to look like a damp squib. Yeah. Asher's the only female who should be covered up. Yeah, but where's she hiding the demons, bro? Right. Yeah, that's a great comment. You can have a female character become popular based on their attractive and appealing designs, and it's something that's universal. Black women deserve it just as much as anyone else. This is true. Beauty is subjective, and that is true. That is true. However, you can have a female character become popular based on their attractive and appealing designs. And it's something that's universal. Black women deserve it just as much as anyone else. Your cries of racism are hollow. Yes. I'm assuming this is a black lady. 100% true. And here's our proof. I think there's some dudes out there on X now, we can't call it Twitter anymore, on X, who just love crumbs. Right? The closest they get to pussy is picking up the neighbor's cat in a rainstorm. Like, you know, these are, from what I can tell, all Japanese designed females. Smoke looks like Giga Chad Spider-Man, yeah. Idris Elba as Jax. I think I'd actually prefer him as Darius. Because Darius is from the Order Realm, yes? And so Idris is really tall and really big. Like, I think Darius would be a better fit. Yeah. I think Darius better fit for Idris. Idris is great, man. I recently watched The Dark Tower. It was a great movie. They did Hanzo dirty. It's interesting what's going to happen with all of that. Again, though, just to sort of quell some worries, the original scrap storyline that John Tobias came up with was that Bihan and Kuai Liang are brothers. Scorpion Sub-Zero are brothers. And that their father gets killed, and then that's it. And I have a feeling we'll find out that Sub-Zero's probably been the one that killed their father. So, Elba as Jax. I still like Michael Jai White though. I do, as Jax, and that's because I've already seen him on screen. But then, you know, like I guess anyone can do anything. I mean, like Idris kicked ass in Hobbs and Shaw. Right? So, hey, does Kimberly look like she's from Wakanda? No. She looks great. I will admit, I'm not a fan of dreadlocks. Ever. And that's not because it's not a racial thing. It's okay. I heard a story when I was a kid. I don't know if it's true. And secondly, the only time I've ever been around someone with dreadlocks was like white people, and their hair stunk like crap. Because apparently you can't wash it, right? Like you can't wash like dreadlocks because then they untangle, right? And they always stank. And this is white people, right? Stinky. But the braid, braid, that's fine. Like it's different. But the story I heard when I was a kid is that someone went to their hairdresser to get their dreadlocks shaved off, because apparently that's what you got to do, right? You can't, like, you got to shave them right off to start again. And what they didn't know is that they had, because in Australia we have these spiders called redback spiders, which are like really little but venomous. Now, I'm pretty sure this is a wives' tale, right? But it freaked me out when I was a kid. Anyway. And so when they started shaving their hair to get rid of the dreadlocks, there was a nest of spiders in there that they didn't know about. And then they started like biting it. Nah, I hate spiders, man. I really do. I really do, man. What if their father becomes noob? What if he becomes a noob? Tanya should have braids as a redesign, in my opinion. Matches better than the dreadlocks. I don't know what the hell's on her head, but it looks like oh, I can't make that be. It looks like a tarantula. Like a big ass spider. Just put this big giant bird eating spider bang stuck on her head, and the legs just are hanging down. Right? But look at these designs. Right? We got Kimberly from Street Fighter. I can't remember her name, from Dead or Alive. We got Master Raven from Tekken 7. By the way, I also wish they had the other Raven, which looked like Wesley Snipes as well. Remember that? The dude looked like Wesley Snipes. We got, I can't think of a name, from Resident Evil 5. Yes, 5. I don't know who the chick is at the bottom and the middle. Who's that? Does anyone know? Not League of Legends, is it? And then you've got the King of Fighters 15 chick. Shows you how much I play some of these games. I don't know their names, but I know their faces. I know where they're from, except for the middle one at the bottom. Devora. Oh god. You know what? Like if they made Devora's voice actually attractive, it'd be a lot better. But she just sounded like a Masters of the Universe skeletal minion. You know, like, shut up. So it's League of Legends, is it? Oh, Dolores, that's a name. Who's the? There was they put in Devora waifu. Who's a I'm trying to. What was the name? Was it? Was it? Is it Darling? I think it's. I think it's Dali. Hang on. Yeah, here we go. So this is from Shiva, that's right, that's the name. Yeah, so this is from essentially the reboot of Samurai Showdown from 2019, I think it was. So looks great. But that's because the Japanese are in charge. Right. There's a there's somebody did an AI of Tanya on here. I'll see if I can find it. But by the way, just as an aside, like Reiko's looking pretty awesome, right? He's looking pretty good, right? What's the kid term? Well, Reiko eating. Right. I'm hoping Reiko's moveset's good though. Well, see, General Reiko isn't. I don't think he's a general in this, because General Shao, they referenced like General Shao, like Shao Kahn. He's literally the general. So he'll be like second in command, and he'll take over. So Shao Kahn will take the throne, and then Reiko will become the general. At this point, I'm all on Outworld side. I had enough of this shit, man. I'm just, you know what? Take the crown. I don't care. Right. I think Reiko will be. I think Reiko and Shower will be main roster, which is going to be pretty cool. We're going to have a Shower Khan that's not going to be maybe as powerful, but interesting. Lieutenant Reiko then. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, man. That sounds good. I don't mind, like, keep in mind, I don't mind Tanya's outfit. Like, the outfit from the neck down is good. Her moveset looks good. Right? Although, again, this is a problem. Right? She seems to have sort of this connection with, like, Buddha. You know, because she's got, like, the mantra, like, or the Madra, or whatever they call it, multi-arm thing. It's like, what are you doing? This isn't an Earth Realmer in Outworld. This is an Outworlder. Right? You hope a Naga's main roster? I don't. Not yet anyway. It's a massive mistake having a boss character playable initially, because then it takes away the fear and the anticipation of fighting against the character you can't train against until you get there. That's why in MK4, despite MK4 being fairly good, I thought it was terrible them having Shinnok immediately available. They should have made it so that, like, you know, they should have made gold on every platform and then made Shinnok available, right? Because by that stage it wouldn't matter. But having him straight up as a character that you can choose, I thought was a terrible mistake. So, Devantis will make Outworld purple again. Yeah, yeah. TMK says that. Total MK. He's a great dude. See, I've talked. I don't think this is gonna happen, but it's like, so this is my theory, right? Molina, like, maybe General Shao finds out that Molina's compromised. You know, Katana, in her bio, I think states that, you know, Molina's sort of gone, right? Gone nuts. Probably because of the virus, right? Maybe General Shao finds out about it, realizes that Outworld is really in trouble, and decides to take over. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the clown riders at NRS are going to pull a, oh, you know, this is like the insurrection, if you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Which would be so stupid, because it wasn't anyway. But I have a feeling that might go down that road. Okay. And they'll take the crown. Katana might even betray Molina. Right? Well, not so much betray, but, you know, who knows? This is why I'm really curious about whether John Tobias is back on board or not, because I think that makes a big deal. Sergeant Motaro, Grunt Motaro, yeah. I think now that Scorpion's fixed with his harpoon, Scorpion, unless they absolutely royally screw up Reiko, Scorpion, Reiko, and if Havoc's in it, which I'm sure he will be, will probably be my three mains. So we'll just see how it plays out, you know. I love this dude, man. Right? He gets it, and other people get it. Except the self-defense squad. It's always funny how these same people, right, attack the video maker rather than anything else. Like, we're attacking the design, they attack the person every time, and they want to, and they think they're better, and they wonder why, right? We don't listen to their opinion, right? And this dude turns around and goes, if the Japanese can make far better looking Japanese female characters than the so-called pro-black community, then I don't want to hear another word from your mouth, bruh. You all got black women out here looking straight up raggedy, and you're catching feelings over an effing video game character having a bad design? Until you can reach the level of the Japanese, shut the F up trying to throw shade at other people. Yeah, this dude gets it, man. You can have the crown. Who's the leader in Outworld if not Shao Kahn? Well, he hasn't come to power yet, so I'm assuming it's Molina in this timeline. King Jared's obviously expired, so he probably was the leader. So I don't care for Garrus at all. I don't care for any of the new characters in MK11 except for the collector. I actually like the collector because he actually looks like an MK character. But the rest of them, no. Don't care. Don't care for Cetrion. Don't care for I never cared for the combat kids. So Reiko is going to try seducing Molina, then Molina's going to have to tell Reiko that she actually in the girls. Yeah, that's what we want in our fighting Mortal Kombat game. Tumblr shipping storylines, yay. I like Collector because he looked like an MK character. You know, like that could only be part of like another realm. That's what I liked about him. Garrus is interesting though because he's immune to time. So, okay, so let's talk about the black fellas in Mortal Kombat. Jax is, I lean a little bit more towards grapple style. Yeah, he's got his fireballs, but I always thought of him more of a grappler because of his backbreaker, his gotcha grab, his multi-throw, you know, all that sort of stuff. So Garrus, you know, just felt like another grappler, right? I prefer that they do, like, they change the moveset. See, with Kai, he's black, but he's not a grappler at all. Again, stereotyping when they do stuff. Like oh, well, we're going to have a black character. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going to be an expert grappler. Like, every time, dude. Really? Every time. No, just give him a different moveset. So, that's why I like Darius. Because Darius didn't feel like a grappler as well. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Yeah, just like, because the Val said Mac looks weird. Yeah, he looks weird as shit. It's funny how the same people on X aren't complaining about Ermac in the same way. How dare you put down this strong, spindly, crackhead looking mofo? Right? They're not doing that, man. Yeah, Ermac, they just got to put a mask on that ugly dude. Garrus is a big dude, so automatic grappler. Yeah, see, I don't... Shao Kahn's a big dude. Right? It makes sense... Like, it makes more sense for, like, a Shogun. You know? Or a Centaur to be that. It's particularly more Shogun because they got the 4 arms, right? Kai was another Liu Kang. I really wish we got more Kai because I liked... We just never got enough of the story. Just the fact that it's part of White Lotus. Well, the good thing about... Like, okay, so... If you bring a character back from the yesteryear that was kind of like a copy, like Kira or Jarek, you can reinvent them. Do you know what I mean? Reiko seems to be a wrestler fighter. I hope not. Like, there's... Like, the only grappling move from memory that Reiko had was his teleport, where he'd grab you, right? Reiko looks more feminine than Tanya. Yeah. I hope they don't turn him into a wrestler type. I want his shuriken throw. I want his, like, spin kick, like his jump sort of kick. Teleport would be nice. He had... Remember, Reiko had that headbutt? And when he did the headbutt, it, like, the Shao Kahn helmet would briefly appear. That's what I want. That'd be cool. Yeah, you don't get attractive women in Western video games because of ESG. Right? It's on purpose for a reason. And the chicks defending these ugly women, like Aru, don't have to worry about their looks. Right? Is this apparently the is that the model? For Katana and Molina? I get a little strange weird with Asian women that have a certain look because some of them are so convincing when you get into the whole, do they have the bits you hope they have? You know what I'm saying? Right? The amount of money that these dudes in Thailand spend to look like women. I'm assuming she's a woman, right? I'm just saying, like, but it just sometimes like, just gotta, you know, look a little bit closer. So Aaron says, I hope Velociraptor isn't back. Yeah, I hope not. So Mark Zuckerberg's DLC skin for Reptile. You know what I mean? We're on the same wavelength right there, brother. Right? Man, that Future Boy is the biggest shill. Right? Yeah, what happened in the NRS community? Like, what happened, man? This dude's straight up savage. This dude's straight up savage, man. Elon Musk for chameleon skin. See, Ed Boon reckons that like everyone's going to be going back to their same place, which makes me wonder why bother doing this game to begin with at all. If you're going to end up in the same spot, if you're going to reset the universe, reset the whole bloody thing. Go crazy. Make Shang Tsung the anti-hero. Make Shao Kahn the good guy. Like, you know, most of us like MK fans are probably going to look at a lot of this stuff and go, yeah, that's not canon to me, I don't give a shit, right? Like, you know, so just go nuts with it. Do whatever you want. Oh, Brusque, yeah. With the perm? Hey, I got no perm to speak of. There is no community, only Zool. You know what? It would have been a funny. You know what would have been a funny guest character? Just to take the absolute piss. The bad guy from Ghostbusters 2. Vigo. Remember the painting? Vigo? Imagine that. Imagine that was a guest character. And the little, like, little dude, what was it, the museum curator or whatever. He gets so flustered and like, worked up and stuff. That was good times, man. Favorite fatality, mine's from NK2 when in Shang Tsung, Warson, and Kentaro. I actually like Scorpion's kunai one. I actually like the kunai one where he slashes and I actually thought that was kind of quick and brutal. Yeah, what's with this Buddhist crap? Look at the stupidity of this statement, right? I hope they don't change Tanya. Because you like crumbs. The people complaining about her, for the most part, are cishet men. What's this? Okay, so for starters, right? Cis is a ridiculous non-word that weirdos made up on Tumblr to make themselves feel better. Just so we're clear, okay? You're never going to play her anyway. That's actually not true. We just don't want ugly bitches in our game. Is it, can we say that? Can we say that? Right? The Edenians for the last 3 games were about the female gaze and I love it. So, So let me get this straight. Because this is really weird. This is how unwell these people are in the head, right? They think that when a female is made attractive, it's only for men. Yet women find them attractive too. In fact, straight women like to play as attractive women in game. This is what I mean about the 3%ers. They think they just Which word is ban-worthy? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Elon said it was. Yeah. So trying to find the Mortal Kombat stuff. The MK community seems to be filled with Tumblr weirdos and people that just want to have sex with these characters. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Right? Like, yeah, I want attractive looking women in my game. I want the dudes to look like heroes, but I don't want to have sex with them. All the phones got smart, but the people got dumb. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Melanie Mack is going on about this too. She's a straight woman case. Yeah. Yeah, she covers a lot of that stuff. That's what I mean. It's like, you know. Sub and Reiko look like moles in MK1, so how come women can't be pretty? Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's a double standard. If Tanya was like appealing, here we go. I found it. This person goes, this is how you all wanted Tanya to look. Yes. And then the dude says, yeah, it says, yeah, but black. Well, she looks black. I mean, I don't know. Wait, is she supposed to be like bitumen black or just tan black? I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I know there's varying degrees of brown. Like, there's varying degrees of all colors. Like Asians can be very, very, very dark skinned or light skinned. But yes. Yes. Right? Stephanie Brown Black. Yeah, Steven. And the funny, this is the funny part, like this chick here. She's not exactly ugly, right? Like, she's not gonna have to beg for change, you know what I'm saying? So what are they complaining about? It's called virtue signaling. In 2023 of all times. If you literally lined up all the Tanya, yeah, like if I had a fistful of quarters and I could pick that Tanya or the MK1 Tanya, I would pick that one. Yeah, I know. Every single Tanya. Like, if you put them all together, which one would you want? This one. Black can be many shades, doesn't have to be slave black. That's why they can't help but bring up every time there's a black roll and move or a game, yeah. That looks great. She kind of looks like a guy. This one doesn't look like a guy. The one in the game does. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's not just Tanya thing. It's a female design thing. Hold ya. I really question the eyesight of some of these people on Twitter. Not gonna lie. Tanya's moveset looks good. Lee May's moveset looks good. Outwell says last I checked, every black person isn't in a tribe or isn't part of some minority group. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's so weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's really bizarre. Here we go. Bring up the old days. Yeah, she's a bit old now, but back in the 90s though. Right. Back in the 90s. Here we go. Oh hell. What? I'm trying to find. Not bad. This is Vanessa Williams. Again, very prominent back in the day. So no, we're not racist. We're just against like chicks being made to look like dudes and look like they got hit in the head by the ugly tree. Who? Is she black or white? Vanessa Williams? No, she's black. Of course she's black. Yeah, well, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, that was great. You know, I've noticed this thing. It seems to be a disease. David Jaffe, right? Cliff Blazinski or whatever his name, and a few others who made these hyper masculine dudes like Kratos and God of War and Marcus and stuff out of Gears of War and stuff, right? And I can't show you that, right? And now they are the biggest giant vaginas on the planet. And you know why? Right? I think sometimes when dudes have daughters, it messes with them, right? And they think they suddenly have to become this virtue signaling clown to, you know, oh my god, I made this masculine character. Oh my god, I made this toxic male. No, you dickhead. They're not toxic at all. They're just a dude, right? So they flip. You look at David Jaffe now. Out of his mind. Same with Cliff. What the hell's wrong with these people? It is good. It is good to see Pushback though. Right? People are, you know, sick and tired of being browbeated and stuff, you know, over opinions. No, you can have both sex. I mean, I got a boy and a girl. It's fine, right? You just, you know, like, you be a good man, not a walking vagina. Well, I can't show that. Ooh. Oh yeah, by the way, so that's Goro. Right, that's apparently Goro in the front of this procession. banging away. Goro plays drums now, yeah. I'm assuming it is anyway, but yeah, it seems like it is. So. Ken. I was reading this good breakdown of Barbie, right? Because initial thought, including mine, was that like, oh, it's just like feminist woke rubbish. But on deeper analysis, it actually sounds like the movie's unintentionally based, right? And that in the way that it's portraying what they're, you know, going on about the patriarchy and stuff like that, it actually ends up backfiring because of the way it's presented, and Ken actually is the hero. Do you reckon we'll get that sexy outfit back for Lee May? Reiko's trending. I think because I've been playing MK11. I've been choosing other characters just to scrap, right? And it's fun because these people don't know what to do. Right, so you watch how your opponent, like how they're attacking, where's their reliance leaning. The guy I fought last night before I went to bed, he beat me first fight. Second fight I came back and beat him because I realized what was and what wasn't working. We were both subbies. He was very much into his combos to a bit, but he also didn't like being thrown. So usually throws works for me because people just never think of it or aren't fast enough countering it with a throw. So I'm like, okay, well, I've got to adapt my strategy now a little bit. So I figured out this trick, and I've been testing the theory for this for a while, but it's actually working. It's a way, you're actually forcing a player to become an NPC, right? So when you, like, if you're both together and you jump back, your opponent, a lot of the time, sees that as a window of opportunity to attack, right? So what I do is that I was ready to, like, blast something as soon as I hit the ground, which they didn't seem to expect, which was really strange, right? So like you sort of you come up close, or they might do a little combo on you and you're blocking, then you jump back and then they instantly try and do something which opens them up, right? and then I'd like hit him with a freeze or the big like ice circle that he pushes forward, or he's like daggers and stuff, you know. And then I jump in, I do a jump kick, expecting the block, which happened, and then I jump immediately back, and then instantly throw a move because they assumed, right, he's jumping away, he's on the defense, he's running away, I'm going to attack. They don't expect me to attack immediately, right? And I've been testing this a little, testing the waters with this a little bit. It's kind of funny. It's the same thing too I've been testing as well. Roundhouse kicks, standing roundhouse kick is pretty good defense. It's an offensive defensive, right? So when I used to teach and train in Taekwondo and Hapkido, right? So just basic lesson here, right? So you got a body block, right? So you come in, come up across this way, right? Not too close here, right? You leave about a fist, you guys hear me? About a fist distance there, right? So that way, if you get hit, you're not like, there's still some give. Does that make sense, right? There's still some give here, right? You don't extend out too far because then you lose power, right? So it's roughly fist height coming in like that, right? Now, what we were taught, like when you first start training, you're taught, all right, come in, block, you know, something comes in, blocks out of the way, something comes in, blocks out of the way, right? As you get more advanced, what you're taught is that the block also becomes a strike. I am leading somewhere with this, you'll see, right? So when somebody does a kick or they do a punch, right? Notice the twist. Doing the twist. So it's when you do a punch, right? You don't go like this as a punch, right? You come in and twist right at the end, right? It generates a lot of energy and power. You always hit with the first two knuckles, never the whole fist. Don't ever do that. Stupid, right? Think of it like the equivalent of being hit by a golf ball versus a basketball, right? Golf ball, more dense, more pressure, right? Smaller target, more damage. So, when an attack comes in, you can injure them at the same time with a block, right? So, they think, so you're essentially like, you know, injuring them at the same time. So, if something comes in, you're twisting here, this part, and you're using that as a strike against their arm or their leg, which then in turn hurts them. So, you're blocking and attacking at the same time. So I've been testing a few things in my little scrap game, right? And messing with them. One thing I've been messing with is the roundhouse kick. So when I say defense is good offense, the roundhouse kick, they don't often expect, but that's been a classic defensive move. And when I say defense, what I mean is that you're standing, they're attacking you. They're coming to you, not you going to them. Like, you're not committing a forward motion attack or something to them, right? You're just standing there as they jump in, roundhouse kick, right? So it's a good defensive move. And then I've been messing with people, going high and low, not with combos, but with kicks. So I'll do like a round, like I'll come in, I'll do a roundhouse kick, they block it. Then I'll do a sweep, I'll take their legs out because they have either let go of block or it takes them out because they're standing block. And then I'll do a roundhouse kick again. And then I'll do a sweep, roundhouse, sweep, roundhouse, sweep. I'm like a bloody tornado, right? And it messes with people. It's like when you change the distance with chip damage between like the front and back kick. You're going pop and then your back kick comes in. Bigger distance, things like that. Right? Or the little low punches and stuff, right? To me, what that does is you're starting to break their psychology down. And you can usually tell, they'll either get super mad and resort back to their baseline, right, that's it, I'm going to hit you with a 1,000 hit combo and you know, my girlfriend will come back to me. It's not going to happen, right? Or you beat them. So I love that. I love that psychology with fighting games, right? and the roundhouse kick move, because I mostly play as like fireball characters like Ryu and Ken in Street Fighter, that works the same. The roundhouse kick and even the uppercut, like Ryu's uppercut, not the dragon punch, just like crouching uppercut. Really good defensive moves, but they're offensive as well because you're not just blocking, you're actually you're attacking them with essentially like a it is. I guess it is defensive, but like you're attacking them with that, right? So what that does in their head, it puts them on the back foot and they go, oh, okay. They're not just blocking this, they're attacking it. It's like Bruce Lee where, you know, why block and then attack? Why not go bang and hit at the same time? So you're blocking the attack and striking at the same time. Or even worse, hitting. Like, so when they throw like a punch, you sidestep and hit. Bang, like in. Take out the shoulder, take out the, you know what I mean? Like, you start to cripple. So that's kind of the approach that I have with scrapping, is like, how can I mentally cripple them? Well, I'm not saying I win every time, I don't. But I'd much rather lose playing the way I play and then beat them eventually, so that way I can go, yep, I figured them out. Right? And I like that. I like that a lot. It's cool. So that's why I don't get into the whole combos thing, because it's too boring and it's too predictable, and I don't want to rack up thousands of wins using that sort of system, right? Now that's one thing, just to go back to this, that's one thing, like apparently there was some message, someone made a post about wanting to harass like the Tanya model because of how bad she looks in game. I don't support that crap, and I think most normal people don't, right? The problem with this mentality though is that they view any criticism as you wanting to go attack them, and that's not true. Okay, no one should be harassed at all. Right, these people have lives, they have feelings, leave them alone, they're doing a job, right? We're not attacking the model, we're not attacking the actor or the actress, we're attacking what the game company has designed and saying, yes, this is good, yes, this is bad. I'm sure there are people out there that like the Golem game, even though it looks like, melted plastic. I'm sure they do. But, again, right? Does that mean that suddenly we're against like short, starving little people? No. If we don't like it? No, of course not. We're just saying that it's a crappy design. So no, don't attack or harass people. Apparently Molina fans were doing that. About Molina stuff. From like MK11 days. Some of these people take this shit way too serious. Like when I see people literally sitting there, like, getting their juices flowing, like, I just want, like, the characters look heroic and attractive. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not getting out the box of tissues. That's all I care about, right? But some of these people really take this shit to heart, Like, these are the people in the corner of their room in a fetal position, rocking, crying, because somebody said that. I literally saw somebody have a meltdown, because there's a screenshot of Molina, which looks like she doesn't have her mouth. So she just looks normal and pretty, right? Not hideous, deformed. And there are people melting down going, that's not Molina. How dare you like that? It's like, what the fuck? I know this might sound like a weird thing, for the people that haven't started playing Mortal Kombat at MK11 or 10. But Molina, when she was first introduced in most of her games up to a point, her mouth was hidden completely. You couldn't see it through like a veil or something. Like say an MK Deception or whatever, right? You couldn't see her mouth through it. So she literally looked like her twin sister with katana, identical, and that's it. The mask was there for a reason, to hide that, so no one would see. Okay, so everyone just thought she was normal. What are these weird people that get off on Shiva? I mean, at least Shiva used to be made attractive for a Shogun, so... Is Sub-Zero half American? Is he? Are you sure? I just simply thought he was Chinese because Chinese Ninja Clan. Well, that doesn't make sense, does it? Chinese Ninja Clan. But yeah, don't attack these people, right? Attack the design, attack the ideology, not the people. So, hang on. So this is... This is Melanie Mac and Cheese's video. Did we watch it? Shiva wore a thong. Yeah, she did. She wore the Borat swimsuit.
Lisa with Mortal Kombat 11 and what they've done with their female characters, especially just making them a lot more boring, taking away a lot of their feminine appeal. But they've done it again, and this time we've seen the most egregious case. The worst make under. Shield your eyes. I know you probably already saw my thumbnail, so I apologize for subjecting you to that. But when the Mortal Kombat 1 trailer originally dropped, I was like, hey, you know what? This actually might look pretty good. Maybe it'll be good. Should have known better. Should have known, especially after what happened with Mortal Kombat 11. But for some reason, I was feeling optimistic. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the video. Now, first, I want to highlight this tweet that I made because I already know the haters are preemptively going to leave these comments so let me just read this and then address it. So I said, people who like female video game characters to look pretty and feminine and male characters to look handsome and masculine are not the same as Coomer brain degenerates. They lump us all together to gaslight us. Wanting characters to be attractive is not corn or even close. I feel it's important to preface with this because so often when we talk about a female character being ruined, her or being made to look more plain and not as feminine, not as beautiful, we're often told we are degenerates. And it's the irony here is the people who say this are usually these people with furry avatars who are looking at some of the most degen corn imaginable. It's just weird. But no, not only that, but even people, there are some Coomer brain degenerates that want every character in video games to look pornographic, and it's a different thing for them. It's like a degen thing. So I do not associate this with that. And I think the majority of people are not in that bracket. Okay, wanting a character to be good to look at, to look good, does not equate to that. I don't any of the characters that I like and that I think are pretty or handsome, I don't search for Rule 34 content on them. I don't want to see pornographic images of them. That's just weird and gross to me. It's like, get a life, man. But anyway, now that I've prefaced with that, let's go ahead and dive into the actual video here and show what they've done to this poor woman. So for some reason, this tweet is trying to prop this up as a glow up. The delusion completely delulu about this. Anybody... I just feel like they're lying. I just do. Anybody who says this is a glow up is lying. Now you might say, oh, she looks more realistic, but to say more attractive, that's a lie. Brain damage or a lie. Okay, so look, we have her here, and then we have her here. And of course, people are being called racist for not liking how she looks. But I think it's actually, I think supporting this is more, I mean, not necessarily supporting is more racist. Maybe there are some people who like it better. I have a hard time believing that they genuinely like it better. I think for a lot of people, it makes them feel better because the ones who do like it, because it's like,
yeah, I'm starting to wonder if it was being sarcastic as well. I mean, Tanya, and this face here, this is the sort of face that makes people have a side chick. Anyway.
Like, oh, I'm not threatened by a character on a screen. Like, I don't feel like it's not encouraging me to go to the gym. It's not encouraging me to clean up my diet. It's not encouraging me to be healthy. It's not encouraging me to shower and to try to look my best. So because of that, if I'm playing a game and every character is ugly, then I don't feel threatened about being lazy, about not caring about my own appearance. And I
just why do all the women in NRS look like they stink? Like they're smelly? Like yeast infection smelly? That's it. That's what it is, man. That shit's scary.
I think that's what it is for a lot of people, especially when you look at what the gaming industry is run by. Of course, not everybody, but there is a lot more, those blue-haired land whales that we talk about, or the they, them, made-up genders, transgender, all of that. And so you have an influx of that. A bunch of, like, honestly, just really fat people. That's just where it's going, because this fat movement, we should not be encouraging that. We just shouldn't. Fat people are still human beings, but should we encourage it? No. So because of that, I do think that is one reason why we're seeing a lot of this kind of stuff, is that, okay, if the characters look bad, then we don't feel the pressure to look good. But on the racist topics, this tweet just hit the nail on the head, in my opinion. He says, she looks like one of those racist drawings. I don't know what this means. Would draw to make fun of minorities. But does she not, though? If you think about those old racist caricature drawings, does she not?
I gotta pause just for a second, right? The line that she speaks here, "Are you so easily taken in by lies?" should be applied to every idiot that is defending this design. Right? And it's true. Kills human beings, but we should not tell them to kill people. Oh man, the state of gaming, I tell you what.
It's like they took every stereotype, caricature, because people are like, oh, you're racist, you don't like her because she has African features, the full lips, the wide nose, all that. Well, the lips, it's not even just
doesn't that hairstyle look like a tarantula? Doesn't it? Even Googling spiders freaks me out, man. Right. Look at this. That's not because it's a black hairstyle, because it's a shitty hairstyle. Look at this, right? Oh, I'm going to hell. Gave her the neck stretcher necklace. Yeah, I don't like that on anyone, actually. It looks like a tarantula stuck on her head. Right? Who asked for this shit? Anyway.
Full lips is that her face is so narrow that her mouth is taking up a good 30% of her entire face. It's the mouth is huge, not just full lips. The mouth is gigantic. She has a horse face shape. This, you know what? This isn't a real person. Don't come at me. This isn't a real person. And if she's modeled after a real person, which I've seen, the real person looks so much better. So miss me with that. But they gave her a horse face. It's just extremely long, extremely narrow, so that her features, which already are dominant, look even more so because her face is so narrow. So yeah, it's making her look like a caricature. It looks ridiculous, and her eyes look squinty to boot, so it's not even helping balance it. It's like, let's just make the mouth the biggest feature to where it's covering most of her face. And so by giving her such beady little eyes and all that, and such a narrow and long face, it is making that mouth look like her whole face. And not only that, but look how she just looks angry. Look how she just, and that's another stereotype.
So apparently, hang on, this is her here. Sydney Cross. This is the face model. This is in game. Face model in game. Face model in game. Face model in game. Face model in game. I can't remember actually. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I had a picture of her, but I'm not sure.
Type that black women constantly face is the angry black woman trope. So that's exactly what's going on here. And so here we have, she has an avatar. I believe she's a black woman, judging by her profile and her picture and everything. She goes, folks in my mention, she finally looks like a black woman. Why can't Tanya look like an attractive, feminine black woman rocking a sexy silk press? Why is it necessary to put locks in her hair? Y'all know nothing about black women or our hairstyles. And she's right, because people who are going to complain about theirs or about the calling us racist and stuff like that are primarily going to be those white SJW types, right? I don't even think locks are bad, but the ones they gave her are ugly, you know? And also because of the fact that the character already had that silk pressed hair, had her hairstyle like this. That's another thing, is I feel like a lot of these video game companies, they feel like they're going to get backlash if they don't give their black female characters the natural hair. And I do think the natural hair can be really beautiful. Like even look in this case, but just because they don't, like, women have a variety of different hairstyles, black women too. Like some of them want the silk pressed hair, and that's fine. It's pretty. Look at this. This is pretty. And so Tanya here, that's how she had her hair. What's wrong with that? Why does that need to be changed? Why can't, and people who are obsessed with representation, why can't black girls who want to get silk pressed hair, why can't they see a character that is pretty like that, you know? And I don't even think the whole representation argument, I think is that, like, you can find a bunch of my other videos talking about that, but still, as a whole, it's like when you're creating characters and a variety of different characters and in a fighting game cast and stuff, it's cool to see a variety of characters. But I just feel like black women get the short end of the stick a lot when it comes to character design. And here they have a beautiful one and they had to uglify her. To me, that's more racist than wanting the character to look beautiful. Come on. How is it racist to want the character to look beautiful? I was told the same thing whenever I made my video or tweets about the April O'Neil, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. They made her fat and ugly. And I was like, dude, you know, I already think that the race swap shouldn't have happened, but if it is going to happen, why can't she be cute? Why can't she, like, you know, in this case, she's like a teenager. So why can't she just be adorable and look like that she would grow up into a very beautiful woman, gorgeous woman, you know? And I was called racist for that. I feel like black girls who are in this nerd space and they want to cosplay a character and they don't want to do a race swap cosplay, which I don't even think I think race swap cosplays can be fun and great. But if they want to cosplay as a character that they feel like they can actually do a very accurate interpretation of, sucks for them, because they're stuck with a lot of these ugly characters that they're deliberately making ugly that has nothing to do with race. It's just that they made them ugly because everybody knows there's plenty of beautiful black women out there. So here we have Brusque Poet who says, don't let Twitter gaslight you into thinking that you're racist for not liking Tanya's new design. Not liking her new design has nothing to do with her race unless someone is saying so, which I have seen, and that's wrong. White people stop virtue signaling challenge impossible. Excuse me. Well said. All right. So here we have somebody who's replying to Black Sage. Here, NetherRealm Studios really wants me to believe that this Count Cracula looking is Tanya. Boy, Mortal Kombat has completely fallen off. She looks like a dude I used to go to football practice with. She looks like one of those girls that be eating nothing but flaming hot chips and pickles for breakfast. She looks like she's...
Yeah, Bob Bitchin goes, I'm going back to that brown back creature. I think it has a lot more input. Yeah. I see that again, like, well, it's probably two things. It's ESG and the fact that, like, you know, yes, there have been some companies that have had shitty people do crappy things to women, but that doesn't mean to say you just suddenly erase what makes a woman feminine and attractive. Okay? You can't turn every woman into a male because, like, you know, less than 1% of them are transgender and they hate the idea that men might find women attractive. So they try and change that because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Well, tough shit. I'm sorry. Like, you know, you don't change all of society for a minority. You just don't. Okay. You do what you can. You be nice. You don't discriminate. Right? You be respectful. But you don't change everything for a minority. A minority is that for a reason. For the same reason that if a bunch of white people go to China, we don't expect China to suddenly become Western. Right? Well, I'm sure there are some, but I personally don't. Right? Am I liberal? No. Well, it depends what you call liberal. Like, liberal sounds like lube, and that sounds like a bit gay to me, so. I am a Christian. That is where my faith lies, and that is what I will stick with. So, I believe in the Elder God. How about that?
It's gonna sell you bundles from the corner store. The F out of here. Tired of seeing game developers making women looking absolutely busted, right? So then this guy replies and goes, you keep deliberately sharing unflattering pics of the character. You keep saying your own race is ugly.
All right, just so we're clear. Model. In-game. Model. In-game. Model. In-game. Jorg says, I'm Hispanic, I don't care about McDonald's and having tacos. Yeah, I don't care either. Although tacos are awesome, man. So good.
They finally gave Tanya her ethnicity back, which is just completely retarded because it's not about, first of all, she's not even African. I believe she's some sort of like alien or something. I don't know the lore with all of Mortal Kombat and stuff, so I'm sure people in the comments can correct me because I'm sure I'm wrong. But I'm wrong on some things, but I do know from the comments that she's not African, so that already doesn't make sense. But even so, she's depicted as a woman that physically with what resembles a woman with African heritage, you know, in this case. So, but even saying that, dude, he cherry-picked the most flattering picture of this character. Don't even act like, well, obviously this is an unflattering photo, but all the screenshots of this character look hideous. And he cherry-picked the best-looking one, but even then it doesn't look good. She still has that horse face, right? And so I made this tweet here. All I did was just, and honestly, I would suggest changing more than just the face shape. But even if that's all you changed, she already looks a lot more feminine because her features match her face more. When her face is longer and more narrow, it's really making her mouth look gigantic, as I said before. And again, not about the thick lips. Thick lips are great, but it's that they made her mouth too big for her head. So that can happen with any race. People can have those features, but even so, like to that degree, that's not very common to have. Yeah. It'd be like if my eyes were closer and my face was like this. I don't know. I have a small mouth though, so it's different. But anyway, I wanted to close with this video from Mugen Lord. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I just found him because of this stuff and his content from.
Jorg says, I also don't complain about there being no Hispanic MK characters. That's true, man. That is actually true. Isn't John Tobias Hispanic? I got a feeling he is. I could be wrong, but I got a feeling. That's true though. I don't like Kodal. I don't. I'm not a big fan of Aztec stuff in any game. I'm not a fan of Aztec, that sort of stuff. Never have been, or voodoo or anything that sort of. I just never been a big fan of that. I remember watching a video back before MK11 came out saying how much more dangerous and or unreasonable that women would cover up so much for a fight. And next thing you know, Brownback with Stephanie. Yeah, so it's really strange that, like, you know, they put these women in all these clothes that then restrict them more. Right? So men and women are different physiologically for a reason. Okay? Like, I remember when I was training, we used to do, like, sparring fights, and we sometimes had semi-contact. And, like, the women effortlessly are just flinging their feet, like, almost vertical, without even thinking about it, right? It's not even, you know, us guys, like, stretch, you know. And then they've got, like, this... They're just, you know, the women are flipping their feet anywhere, because they got the flexibility. Right? But they don't have the strength. So it's flexibility and speed over strength and power. Again, you know, perfect unison, if you will, right? So when they weigh down women with all of this clothing and restrictive stuff, then they lose part of that flexibility, right? Not to mention, we're making video games here. They're supposed to be appealing. It's not supposed to look like we all shopped at Walmart, you know? Yeah, they even had Nightwolf with like American Indian representation in it. I thought it was great. You know what I mean? All the people in the original MK team were Hispanic. Yes, both John. Okay, yep. So it's weird though, isn't it? How, yeah, it's weird that we don't have an actual Hispanic origin character. But it'd be nice if they didn't make it like in a what do you call it? Like stereotypical, you know? Like walk out like Speedy fucking Gonzalez or something. Do you know what I mean? Right? But that's what Western developers do. They go, cultural appropriation's bad. How dare you wear something from another culture? And then they literally pigeonhole them into what they think their culture looks like 24/7. It's so weird, right? Like they just don't get it. That's why they're laughed at. Yeah, John Turk. Yeah, I think John Turk's white boy. But yeah, Daniel Pacina, Carlos. Great. Divizio, Kano, Richard Divizio. Is that Hispanic? That's Hispanic, isn't it? Or is that Italian? Cheech and Chong. Don Rama, Morgan MK game, yeah. Is it Roman Reigns? Is that the wrestler name? Is that his name? Cheech and Chong, yeah, man, great. Yeah. They could lean into the Tanya, okay. Yeah, so they could lean into like the mysticism and stuff of like Mexican culture and stuff like that, which I know very little about outside of tacos and sombreros, right? And the Three Amigos, right? And that's fine, right? Great people. Very faith-based. Very faith-based, God bless them. And so that's the thing, man. Like I'd love to see that. But maybe there's like some like you know, kind of like really sort of mystical, dark or heroic elements in Mexican or Latin culture that they could bring forth as a hero for those people. They haven't done it yet. Right? There's probably a few cultures they actually haven't touched on. And you know who was one of the best? It was unfortunate. It would have been cool to see him in a game. You guys remember Art Lean? You guys remember Art Lean from Mortal Kombat the movie? Black dude? He was awesome. Even though he like didn't last long. Right? Arlene was great, man. There's a picture of him about to get his ass kicked by Goro, unfortunately. Right. And then they had the, there was another fight that they had, a black dude. I think it was Jamaican. Who had dreadlocks. He was fighting Liu Kang, stick battle. And Shang Tsung. I think that was the first Soul Was it the first soul or the second soul that Shang Tsung took? Here's Artlene. Antonio Banderas, the Desperado. There has to, you know. You wouldn't mind MK character wears a sombrero? But not like, not like the Three Amigos though. Don't want that, man. Right. Here we go. Artlene. Right. 95. Gone too soon. It was great. It was really good. You know? And the little bit that we got between him and Johnny Cage was fantastic. Don't have that now. You know? This is what I mean. Like there are literally people that were raised on Netflix thinking that there was never representation in anything before Netflix. That's so like, we had it for decades. They were all races, you know. The only thing they didn't push was the alphabet people, which, you know, it's still not gelling with people. When they try and push it, it still doesn't. Right? But they were always, you know. Kung Lao technically is wearing a sombrero. Yeah, alright. I'll give you that. Right. And you had, and then you had this dude who fought Liu Kang. So, you know what would have been cool? Because they were still doing it back then, because MK3 had come out. Imagine they digitized the Mortal Kombat movie. Right? So you got the games, but then they did like what they did with the Street Fighter movie. They actually digitized the actual actors that played the characters from the Mortal Kombat 95 movie into a video game. You know how cool that would have been? You know how awesome that would have been? Dude. We would have had Shang Tsung looking the way it is. We would have had what's her name? The lady that played Katana. Right? You know what? I've talked about cameos before, right? I thought cameo fighters were going to be non-playable characters, like that have come out of movies and stuff, you know, that would just show up, right? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, the black guy, yeah. And then from Game of Death, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the massive basketballer, right? He kicked Bruce in the chest and his foot is like... Oh, dude, I'd take Artlene and this dude over Garrus any day of the week. Right? Any day of the week. 100%. So these could have been good cameo fighters. Imagine how cool that would have been. But, NRS are, like, intellectually bankrupt. Okay? They could have had cameo fighters all over the place. From showing up in comics, to the movies, to the TV shows. Everything. Everything. Right? That would have been amazing. Leroy, yeah. I like... Is it Leroy from Tekken 7? He's like He's like a Black Jet Li in the way he moves. It's really cool. Because he's kind of got that, like, he's got that sort of very still stance. And he's like, like, just bang. He's great. Yeah, I know. This is what I mean, dude. So if you look at any Mortal Kombat stuff, you could easily fill up a Cameo roster. Easily. You take all of these side characters. Remember, hang on, here we go. Okay, here we go, man. See if I get a picture of it. I'm trying to find, oh, maybe they're twins. There were, hang on. What's that? Oh, that's that there. Like that. I'm trying. Hang on. I'm trying to. I wanna. I'll fix that. Oh, yeah, there we go. Get rid of that one. Maybe is it that one? No, that one. Is it that one? Perhaps. So. I was trying to, because I'm trying to find, because there was like twin brothers that showed up in there were twin brothers that showed up in the crowd that would egg on Goro, right? Well, see, the Great Kung Lao, which I thought this is what this game was going to be about. Yeah, there's Robin Shao. Oh, he was bald in that role. There was a couple of no man complaining. Man. Look at Reptile, man. that was bad. That was ridiculous. Right. I appreciate it for the time. I'll see if I wanna what are they labeled as NPCs? I'm trying to find the picture. So they were like, they were kind of dressed like these guards, right? But they were twins, and they'd egg on Goro and stuff. Like, you could have them as NPCs, you know? Yeah, here we go. I think that's one of them. Yeah, these guys, right? You could have had them as like cameo fighters. Right. You could have had these soldiers, like these guys here, as a cameo. You could have had Arlene. You could have had the dude with the dreads. You know. Classic Kano. He's gone now. That's crazy, isn't it? Human or lizard reptile? Human all the way. Human all the way. I'll show you. I'll show you the reason why. Right. This is why. There was a TV show that came out in the 80s and then they redid it called V. I guarantee you this is probably where they got the idea from. For Reptile. And that's where it came from. I'm assuming anyway that's where it came from, but that's how I always envisioned Reptile, where, you know, again, like a ninja, blending in looking a certain way, but in reality they're lizards underneath. And considering the age of John Tobias and Ed Boon, there's obviously a lot of influence coming in from back then. Things like Big Trouble in Little China, right? Which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Right, you got The Three Gods, which would have obviously inspired some stuff, right? And the thing is, though, right, that when they did the Shang Tsung for the 2021 movie, this is who I saw. Lo Pan. That's all you look at how he looks, right? Shang Tsung. Oh, hang on. Look at him. It's just a less colorful version. Right? They literally like ripped him off. Yet his 95 one kind of felt, you know, more Shangers. So alright, let's watch the
From what I've seen in this little clip, I just feel like was so well said. So I encourage you to check out his channel, because I know I'm showing his stuff here, but check out his channel for more. But I wanted to just share what he said here.
Maybe you can make an excuse and say it's just flat out incompetence, or maybe that the technology isn't there. But then you have to ask yourself, what about Japanese studios or Eastern developer studios and how they depict their women in video games? Because perfect example, Hideo Kojima in his studio, they mostly use motion capture technology to take real life people and put them into their fantasy worlds. And you look at the character named Quiet in the Metal Gear series, she looks exactly like her real life counterpart. You also look at the female characters in Death Stranding, they look just as feminine and attractive that you would see in their real life counterpart. Look at Devil May Cry, and also the male.
He makes some great points here, yeah, and I like too that he highlights the male characters as well, because so many people want to call the misogynist card, but they don't want to see uglification of male characters either. These guys don't. I don't either. And again, it doesn't make us these Coomer brain pervs for wanting the characters to be nice to look at. It's just like you would look at art or something. You like to look at things that are nice to look at. It doesn't mean this is some weird degenerate thing.
Characters look just as handsome and as attractive as their real life counterparts. So why is it when it comes to Western studios, they have this weird asphyxiation of just taking female characters and making them as hideous as possible, while when it comes to their male counterpart, they're either untouched, or when it comes to objectification, it's been cranked up a notch. And we're supposed to be completely fine with that?
So well said.
My bad. Nice sound. Right, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, I gotta go in a sec. But yeah, if they made Shang Tsung from the movie 2021 look like Shang Tsung how he should, not like a cheap knockoff Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China, then yeah, that would have been so much better. So, but anyway, thanks guys for having me in. That was for rocking up. I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next time. See ya.